What is up, you guys? It is Zach, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be talking about a bunch of games that are releasing this year and why I'm excited for them. But before I do that, I want to give a quick plug to my merch store. I've actually gotten quite a bit of purchases on there in the past month or so. So thank you to everyone who's been buying up the merch, and I want to officially announce I've got new merch on there. I've got some new stuff. I've got a new Luigi's Mansion 4 t-shirt with all the portrait ghosts on them in the kind of like a sweater vest grid-like style. I've got a notebook available. It's called like Egad's Ghost Hunting Logbook. Where you can, it's basically meant to be like a sketchbook where if you have your own creative ideas, you can draw them down in this book. And of course, I've also left a lot of room on there so that you can stick the Luigi's Mansion 4 stickers that I already have up there on there, and I am making more, so stay tuned for those to drop onto the merch store. And I've got a cool Mario Party jersey if you want to rep me whenever I play Mario Party with my friends. You can buy one of those. All of those are up on the ZakPak store right now, so go and check out the store if you haven't done so already. And without any further ado, let's get right on into the video. So 2024 is the year of re-releases, and when I say re-releases, I mean everything on the span of simple ports to full-on remakes. Everything is coming this year. It really feels like that's the kind of year we're going to be having. We've already had major games like The Last of Us Part 2 remastered, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth if you count that, Mario vs. Donkey Kong of course, so it does seem like a year that's going to rely heavily on the past. But, of course, since it's only March, there's still quite a few more months to go in this year. So I want to talk about all of the remasters, remakes, and everything in between that are coming out this year that I'm really excited for. There's going to be 5 in particular that I'm really excited for, but I'm going to include an extra bonus 6 because, well, I like you guys a lot. So, without any further ado, let's get talking about the first of the remakes, slash remasters, slash whatever. I'm actually going to start off with the bonus one because it actually is a game that I feel like many of you are probably really interested in, that I'm intrigued by and probably will at least try to give a shot. And that is Sonic X Shadow Generations, which is obviously the modern version of Sonic Generations. Now, I actually did play Sonic Generations back in the day. Obviously, I played the 3DS version, and I don't know if it's inferior to the home console version that came out, so don't mind me by saying that, you know, I really did like this version, at least the bit that I played. I didn't beat it, of course. I never tended to beat Sonic games, but the few levels I played, I remember liking quite a bit. It's classic Sonic, gotta go fast, can't really complain. I am really interested to see how they are going to do in terms of modernizing it. It does look kind of the same, not too much added, but then you throw the extra Shadow the Hedgehog stuff on there. It is looking like an intriguing package that I feel like many Sonic fans will really enjoy, because I do think Sonic Generations was one of the more highly praised Sonic games, because I remember this coming out, and like, you know, it was also around the time of like Sonic Lost World, Sonic Boom, and none of those really did well, and this game kind of shone, or shined, whatever, above those. And at least that's what I remember from when this game came out. I remember it being really popular. So I'm interested to see how this, I think it's a remaster, will go. And I probably will give it a shot at some point. I might wait for it to go on sale, but if I do feel like it's in a dry period, like if there's nothing else coming out around that time, I might give it a shot. And, you know, me and Riders and Dave will probably talk about it on our podcast or something. So, yeah, Sonic Generations, or Sonic X Shadow Generations, looks pretty dang cool. The first of the games that I'm really excited for that I wanted to talk about today is, of course, the Until Dawn remake slash remaster. I'm still not quite sure what this is going to be. So basically, Until Dawn is coming back. This game originally came out obviously on the PS4. It is being remade for the PS5 and Steam, and I'm really interested to see what they do with it. I've seen a lot of comments that are saying that Megan, what was her name? Megan Martin, I feel like her name is. She's one of the voice actresses from this game who played Jessica. So she apparently at some point said on her Instagram that she went back to do actual more recordings for this game's remake slash remaster, and she said she was very excited, you know, to see what becomes of it. And honestly, if that's the case, then that opens up a whole can of worms about what they could add to Until Dawn, because Until Dawn is a great game, but I feel like the one thing it doesn't do quite amazingly is what it's actually marketing. The branching paths thing in this game isn't as amazing as you'd think it would be. Like, yes, different decisions can get your characters killed, but at the end of the day, it all leads to the same finale. You're all going to the same place. It's just that certain things may happen to your characters in between. Like, you're always running through the same set of events. Nothing's actually different. So I'm wondering if they're going to add different trails that you can go down, different things and different avenues, and I'm really intrigued to see what they do, especially if characters like Jess are going to get more to work with. You know, characters like I said in my original video, characters like Jess, characters like Matt, all of them. I really hope that there's more depth to them, more gameplay, and having more branching path narrative stuff wouldn't go amiss as well. So yeah, I'm really excited for this game. There's no release date, no release window, absolutely nothing on this one yet. So I really hope that we learn a little more about it soon. I don't know whenever the next state of play is scheduled to be, but I'm sure whenever that is, we'll hear more about it. Personally, I'm expecting it to come out in the fall. And I really hope there's some good pre-order bonuses for this one, or like a collector's edition. That would be super cool. I freaking love this game, and I'm so excited for it to come back. This game somehow got me over 7,000 views on a video. To me, that was absolutely insane. I can't believe this game actually did this well for me. But it's Epic Mickey. Yes, I got it finally. I got it in the mail about a couple weeks ago. No, I haven't played it quite yet. I've just been really, really busy with other stuff where I haven't been able to play it just yet. But trust me, when I do play it, I will make sure to let you guys know. But yes, THQ Nordic and Purple Lamp Studios are working on a remake to the original Epic Mickey game, and it's coming out on every single console known to man. In my original video, I had left out the Xbox One and the PS4, the last generation consoles, so sorry about that. It is literally coming out on everything, so no matter what you own, you're probably going to be able to play this one. And like I said, I haven't played this one yet, so I can't really comment too much on it. But people have told me, a little correction from that video that I made is I assumed that, because I remember in the 3DS Epic Mickey, you used the stylus to trace things, so I kind of assumed it was the same here, where you use the Wii Remote to trace out things, but that's not the case. It's literally as simple as shaking to attack. So I'm assuming they're just going to map that to a button, and then of course there is Epic Mickey 2, which doesn't use motion controls, at least in the non-Wii version. So I do think, it is going to be a pretty simple remake, and I do have high expectations of it. Purple Lamp, especially after the Cosmic Shake, have really proven themselves, and I'm glad to see them work with another intellectual property that isn't SpongeBob. It just shows that THQ Nordic are trusting them with more and more things, and I'm really hoping that they can impress with Epic Mickey Rebrushed. Again, no release date on it, and THQ Nordic apparently doesn't seem we're going to PAX East, which sucks because the one year I'm going is apparently the one year they're not going, but nevertheless, Epic Mickey, I can't wait for this one. Alright, this next one might come as a little bit of a shock, because I think this is the only game, with the exception of Sonic, that I haven't even mentioned once on this channel. I am pretty dang certain. That's the remake of Silent Hill 2. Yes, I do have the original. I did play the original. I've had this for years. I really like this game. The one thing with me in this game is I don't think it has aged the best. I mean, listen, it's a great game. It really has an eerie atmosphere. It really is a great horror game, and still is one of my favorites. I do need to replay it again because it has been a few years, but I still think this one holds up solidly as a survival horror game. But like I said, there are elements of it that I feel like haven't aged as gracefully as others. And looking at the new Silent Hill 2 trailers that have been coming out, there's a lot of people complaining about how it looked, and I get it. It is definitely very different from what we're used to with Silent Hill 2. But I'll be honest, I do feel like it takes it and modernizes it. And the trailer obviously didn't do the gameplay any justice because of the music they chose. Like, they chose this weird, upbeat, action-y kind of music, which obviously does not fit the vibe of Silent Hill 2. So I do hope that they do give another trailer to really, set the tone for how eerie and spooky this game actually is. I do have high expectations of this one, again, even though a lot of people are losing confidence in it. I still think it looks pretty solid. I'm not going to sit here and say it's going to be the best game ever, the best remake ever, but I do have faith, or I do have confidence that at least I will like it, just because, like I said, it does look good. And I'm really hoping that other people will give it a shot too. I know the team behind it, Bluebird team, I believe they made what's called like the Medium, I think it was called, and that was a very mediocrely received game, and people are using that kind of against Bluebird team, which, I mean, fair enough, I guess, but I mean, given that this is a remake of a game that already exists, not like a new game, I have a little more faith in Bluebird team, so I hope that they release something great, and I think it'll be a good remake. And with this one also, no release date. Hopefully we hear about that soon. At least I don't think there's a release date set for this one. If there is, then I'll correct myself and put it on screen, but I'm pretty certain there wasn't a release date yet for this one. So hopefully we see more soon, but until then, I guess we'll just hold on and wait. Alright, these last two are the obvious two that you guys are probably expecting. First of all, is Paper Mario The 1,000-Year Door. This game is getting the remake treatment, and it is coming out on the Nintendo Switch on May 23rd. I figured out the date from my last video. So yes, this game is coming out in literally about 2 months, a little more than 2 months, and many people are excited about it, myself included. I haven't pre-ordered it yet. I'm trying to figure out if I want to go into the Nintendo store to get it in person, but I probably won't be able to because, like Luigi Mansion 2 HD, this game is also coming out on a Thursday, which is very unusual for Nintendo. Like, I can't ever think of a time where a game from Nintendo came out on a Thursday. I'm sure someone will be able to pull up information and be like, ha, you nerd, here's an instance that Nintendo did that, but I can't think of anything. But the game is looking really, really good. We saw the box art of it. It looks really good. There's a lot of improvements in terms of the visuals, the textures, everything. This game just looks like a true great overhaul of the original. And of course, like, everyone loves the original, so I'm wondering how these changes are really going to sit with people. Like, I think the first one I'm really curious about how people are going to react to, specifically in gameplay, is if you notice, whenever you get into a random battle, yes, there's like new animations for the set unfolding, no pun intended, but it also takes longer for the battle to get started, so I'm wondering if that's actually going to negatively be viewed by people. I mean, I could see how it would be tedious to have to wait that extra 2 seconds for the battle to start, especially if you do the random battles a lot to try and gain EXP. Like, I can see how that would be a bothersome or an annoying trait, but we'll have to see how fans react to it when the game comes out. But there's a lot of cool little pre-order bonuses for this one. And honestly, like, I don't know what I'm going to do, because I definitely want some of the cool pre-order bonuses, but, like, I can't pre-order from, like, 3 different stores. So, I don't know. This game's going to be really, really good when it comes out, and I do feel like it is going to have a very positive reaction amongst fans, and I really hope that Nintendo really, stick the landing with this one. Something that's been making the rounds actually recently about this one is the fact that it says that there are new gameplay features added into the remake, and people are wondering, like, oh, does that mean we're going to get a new side mode, a new Luigi's Adventure mode from, the stuff from the story? I don't think that's the case. I think when you see gameplay features, I'm thinking quality of life improvements, changes in some of the gameplay. I don't think they're going to add anything, because I feel like if they were going to add something, like what they did with the Mario and Luigi remakes, and Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury, I feel like that's something they would have advertised by this point already, that there's going to be a new mode, that there's going to be an extra thing in the game. I don't think we're going to get that, personally. I just think it's all going to be quality of life improvements, which will be good enough for Paper Mario The 1,000-Year Door, because it is such a good game on its own, to where it doesn't really need that many extra bells and whistles. It would be nice, but it's not completely necessary, unlike the next game we're going to talk about. Of course, I was going to save this one until last. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, or Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon Remaster. Now, this one has a very mixed reception amongst fans. I'm personally very excited for this one. This one comes out on Thursday, again, Thursday, June 27th. Now, I mentioned in my last video that I'm actually going to be flying to the UK when this happens. Well, I'm going to tell you guys a little something. I said this on Twitter yesterday. Follow my Twitter if you haven't done so already. But I've actually already pre-ordered this game on the UK Nintendo website because over there, it comes with a pretty cool pre-order bonus. Well, the pre-order bonus itself is a Polterpup phone ring stand thing, whatever those are called. But it also comes with a Luigi's Mansion 2 bobblehead, a Luigi's Mansion 2 coffee mug, and the Luigi's Mansion 2 Club Nintendo statue, but it actually is a little bit different. It adds detail to the paint on Luigi's clothing and the Poltergust strap. I believe the face sculpt is a little bit different. The ghost is yellow instead of green. It's really, really cool. I like the little change they add to it to make it stand out and be different from the original Club Nintendo one. So I'm really excited. I'm getting this collector's edition, or I'm going to call it a collector's edition because that's basically what it is. You're paying a little bit more and you're getting a lot of extra stuff. And really, I mean, I paid, I think it was 68 pounds, or 68 British pounds, or about 80 something dollars for this. And what? Usually you would pay $60 for the game, right? So that's already like 20 something dollars. So for 20 extra dollars, I get the bobblehead, I get the ring, I get the Luigi Mansion 2 figure Rama thing, and then I get the mug. Like, for $20, that's an absolute steal. And because of the fact that I'm going to England on the day it releases, that's going to be waiting for me when I get to England at my grandmother's house. So I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited to get that. It's going to be some really cool stuff to add to my Luigi's Mansion shelf, which is already pretty freaking crowded. But I, of course, am also going to get the American version of the game, so I will have 2 copies of the game, but I'm a Luigi's Mansion fan. Of course, I could potentially have 2 copies of a Luigi's Mansion game. But I think I am going to pick up that one from Nintendo New York. I do think I'm gonna do a Nintendo New York because they might have some cool pre-order stuff with that as well. Or not even pre-order stuff, but usually when you go to Nintendo New York on launch day of a game, sometimes they'll have little extras and bonuses that they give out, like posters and all that jazz. Anyways, I know it's went on a whole tangent, but I had to tell this story. I had to tell you guys. But like I said, this game comes out in about 3 months from now. It's approaching very quickly, and I think, despite the fact that it is a $60 game, I do feel like people are kind of really pushing this one under the rug because they're like, oh, it's just an upscaled 3DS game. Keep in mind, it's coming to a home console, so you'll be able to play it on the TV. The controls will be much improved, allowing for a second thumbstick to make controlling Luigi a lot easier than it was in Luigi's Mansion 2 originally. There's obviously going to be a frame rate boost, because actually John Cartwright from Good Vibes Gaming posted inconsistent frame rates from the original, Luigi's Mansion 2 game, so having a more smooth and consistent frame rate will be nice. Of course, the added, extra nice HD polish and all the extra texture, to add a little bit of detail. All this stuff, yes, it doesn't really make the game worth $60, but it at least makes it a nice, I don't know, it's not just a simple port. There is work done to it. As disappointed as I am that there isn't more work done to it or anything added to it, like the original Luigi's Mansion game, I do think it is one that people should pick up if you like the Luigi's Mansion games. I mean, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon is, I still think, my least favorite Luigi's Mansion game. But if you want to support the series and you want the series to continue to, sell as well as it does and Nintendo to keep wanting to make it, you got to buy all the games. Just kind of how Nintendo works. They respond to money. They respond to, how many people buy stuff. So there you have it, guys. These are all the games that are being remastered this year that I'm really, really excited for. You see, I honestly didn't realize until I put together the list, because I was looking through games that are coming out this year, because I knew that there's a lot of re-releases coming out this year that I was personally really excited for. And I didn't realize until I looked at the list that I actually had all of these games, all of the original games. Now, granted, I just got Epic Mickey, but nevertheless, I had all these games. So it says a lot that I'm really excited to see all of these come out on modern platforms, and most of them, I think 4 out of the 6 are all coming out on the Switch. The only ones are Until Dawn and Silent Hill 2. So everything else is coming to the Switch, and all these games coming out this year, I'm really excited for it. I know there's not a lot of new stuff coming out, particularly from Nintendo, but honestly, I'm more than happy with the remasters and remakes if it means like bringing older games back and upscaling them, making them look better, making them run better, making them control better. All of that, I don't see the problem in that. I personally love that. Of course, you don't want to do it too much, but for all of these, I'm very excited. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. All that stuff down below. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified of when I upload videos. And of course, check out the merch store. There's cool and new ZakPak merch up on there for you to check out. And until next time, you guys, I'll see you all in the next video.